Anthony Scaramucci has risen from the ashes several times, and he said literally that he is going to come back from this. In fact, that he's going to make it work for the firm somehow. Is it possible?
It's possible if you get a huge rally in crypto, but other than that, it's going to be very difficult. He has about 60% of the fund that wants to leave, and he's almost all but stopped them from exiting. And so there could be a fight between that big investor, which are wealthy clients from Morgan Stanley.
Well, that's what I'm most interested in here, because we talk about this idea of when you enter into these funds, there's always that sort of, whether it's explicit or implicit, that you're locking up your money for some period of time. If there is a downturn, then that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
What is different about this time that would give these investors, I guess, the gumption to say, we want out and we have a legal case to do so?
Well, it is true that they've always run the fund that you could get out 25% of your money, of the money quarterly. And it is in the documents that they can gate people or give them less money back. But if you have a large portion of the money the investments that can be sold, then some people in the industry think that you should just sell them, or, worst case, close down the fund if so many people want their money back.
So let's put it into context. He still has $2 billion of assets under management. Now, that's a far cry from where it was, but $2 billion is nothing to sniff at. How much of that is money that doesn't want to be in there?
It's about 60% of $1 billion, which is the main flagship fund. And then there's another 200 million or so that's in a similar fund. But I don't know what we don't have a view into what the redemptions are in that.
Scaramucci is obviously the face of this fund. But I mean, who's really running the show over there? Who's managing the money?
Well, there's a guy called Brett Messing who Anthony hired in 2018, former classmate of his from Harvard Law School. And he's been more and more running the investment side. And we spoke to a lot of people who are familiar with SkyBridge, and they said that he was the one that made a sort of mistimed pivot into crypto, but he was the one that led it.
All right, well, we will watch this closely. It's not the only place where there are redemptions these days, let's just say that.